Happy Monday. The Mariners salvaged the final game of a weekend series with Houston Sunday, winning it 6-4. Yordan Alvarez hit for the cycle for the Astros, and Julio Rodriguez came out of the game after injuring his ankle. Seattle finally had just enough offense to get the win.
Out to the gap in left center field, blasted back in. It stays just inside the yard. Rojas is in. Rarely comes across. Moore legging out for three with a headlock slide. And the Mariners have taken a 2-0 lead in the second inning.
Well, this is a great at-bat by Dylan Moore. There was no denying Dylan. He was getting to third base, and that's a huge hit for the Mariners.
This time with only one base runner allowed. And that base runner is Yordan Alvarez, who crushes one deep to right. Forget about it.
You gotta be kidding me with that.
Hit the facade of the upper deck. One of the longest shots in T-Mobile history. The big man, Air Yordan, goes on a long ride to right.
That's a part of this, at least for the immaculate ending part. Polanco, right field, and gone. Now the Mariners get that run right back. Well, the Mariners answer immediately.
107 off the bat for Polanco. It's a slider, stays up and away. Polanco able to get extension and the barrel to the ball, kind of backs up. McDonald's Supermo shows you the backup slider, and Polanco put it in the seats in right field. And
to center, Julio giving some ground, tracking it onto the warning track, and he crashes into the wall. He dropped the ball, and Julio is hurt. Dubon scores. Alvarez is into third base, but the concern right now is on Julio, who is down holding his leg in center field. He went full speed into the wall.
take a look at that right leg.
Now, it certainly looks like he's coming out of this game, but encouraging that he's able to put some weight on it. Line right to Crawford. Dropped it, picks it up. On to first.
Take a look at it. JP kind of reaches back across his body, and it's in and out of the glove. Altuve has to hold because it's a line drive. So a big break and a heads-up play right there by JP Crawford.
I mean, that was either the most fortuitous drop ever or one of the great sneaky plays we have seen in a long time from JP. He has not had the same success against lefties, however, and now having to face a power lefty in Luke Raley. Fly ball, a towering fly ball, out to right field. Luke Raley has done it! A three-run moonshot, and by recent standards, the Mariners have just blown it open.
Pena sends one high and deep to left field. Jeremy gets into one and gives the Astros a run right back. First pitch of the inning, and there's the first run allowed at home by Colin Snyder. It's a 6-3 game on Pena's 8th home run of the year.
Pena making the adjustment after seeing him the first game of this series, gets a hanging sweeper and pummels it.
So now a runner on third with 2 outs, and Chas McCormick gets his second at bat, and Chas comes through with a base hit. Astros get another single run. They have scored 4 single runs in the last 5 innings. It's now a 6-4 game.
They go to the lefty off the bench. Such a critical at-bat here. Loperfido, if he can reach, then the tying run Altuve comes to the plate. And they got it! Munoz strikes out the side in order, and he punctuates the Mariners when they salvage the series, and they take Game 3, 6-4 over the Astros.
Manager Scott Servais was quick to address the injury to Julio after the ball game.
Unbelievable effort by Julio, and certainly we're all concerned where he's at. Initial X-rays are negative. You know, he's got a little bit of an ankle sprain there. Right now, what I've been told, it's going to be day to day. We'll see where it's at there. So I think, hopefully, knock on wood, we escaped something there. But what an effort! I mean, the ground he covered at the point in the game. The ball was in his glove. You know, it might be the catch of the year if he hangs on. But you know, stuff happens when you're playing that hard. And I started with that because I thought our team played really hard today. Certainly, you know, there's a lot of adrenaline going on at that moment. You know, and players, you know, it was a heck of a collision running in the wall. That wall's not moving, and that's a big dude who's really moving fast. So, you know, you're concerned when you get out there. I think once you start to put a little weight on it and realize that, you know, he just twisted it and got it caught up, you know, in the wall. But hopefully we can escape a long absence from him. He's been swinging the bat so well here over the last couple weeks, and we're going to need him.
After the ball game, Seattle placed first baseman Ty France on outright waivers. According to the Seattle Times' Ryan Divish, if France clears waivers and doesn't get picked up by another team, the Mariners can release him, keep him on their roster, or send him to the minor leagues. Seattle is hosting the Angels in the first of 3 games tonight at 6:40. You can watch that on Root Sports Northwest. Well, Houston took 2 of 3 from Seattle over the weekend to pull into a virtual tie for first place in the American League West. Texas beat Baltimore Sunday 3-2 to remain 5 games back behind the division race. Oakland took 2 of 3 from the Angels. Los Angeles won the finale of that series yesterday by a final of 8-5. The Halos are 10 games back, while the A's are 14 games out of first place. The Wenatchee AppleSox completed a 3-game sweep of Yakima Valley Sunday with a 10-8 victory. AppleSox broadcaster Joel Norman tells us Wenatchee had to come from behind Sunday to get the win with a big 4-run 7th inning.
Well, the Wenatchee AppleSox again showed off their late-inning magic as they defeated the Yakima Valley Pippins by a 12-10 score on Sunday night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Wenatchee had a lead going into the 7th inning, would give up 4 runs in the top of that frame, and answered right back with 4 more in the bottom half. A 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit the opposite way. Haferkamp is going to at least tie it up. Out to right field. In to score comes Doherty. Castagnola behind him. A pinch hit. 2 RBI double by Jack Haferkamp. Wenatchee retakes the lead after giving up 4 runs at the top of the inning as Jack Haferkamp comes through in a big spot. Hits 7-6 here in the 7th inning. The 2-2 to Henning. Swung on and lifted out toward left center field. And that will drop in his 3rd hit of the game. It's going to score at least 1. In from third base, Haferkamp is safe at home. He's able to get around the tag of Sherman as both Fitz and Haferkamp score. It's 9-6 AppleSox. Boys' first offering rolled over towards short. On the backhand, Morisaki, long throw to first, gets it there in time. And Wenatchee does break out the brooms. It sweeps away Yakima Valley with a 10-8 victory. And the AppleSox win the season series 4-2 against the Pippins. Malott native Carson Bozo came on, got the final out of the 7th inning after the AppleSox surrendered 4 runs before that. He would toss a scoreless 8th inning and earn his team-leading 5th victory of the summer. He is now tied for 1st in the West Coast League with 5 victories. Wenatchee is off on Monday, and then they will take on the Kamloops Northpaws Tuesday through Thursday night at 6:35 each night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. With your AppleSox update, I'm Joel Norman.
University of Washington's Matthew Henning was 3 for 5 with 2 RBI in the game, while Grand Canyon University's Cannon Peary contributed a couple hits, a run, and an RBI. Kamloops comes to town tomorrow for the first of 3 games, which NCWLIFE will broadcast live, beginning with the pregame at 6:30. Checking the Les Schwab West Coast League scoreboard from Sunday, Nanaimo beat up Kamloops 12-2. Ridgefield remained unbeaten in the second half with a 9-4 win over Victoria. Port Angeles blanked Bellingham 1-0. Springfield swept a doubleheader from Edmonton 5-2 and 2-1. Portland quieted Kelowna 6-0. Cowlitz got by Walla Walla 5-3, and Bend beat Corvallis by a final of 11-5. Following the weekend sweep, Wenatchee leads Port Angeles and Nanaimo by a game in the WCL's North to second half standings. Bellingham is 2 games back. Ridgefield is 13-0 in the second half standings. They're a game in front of Portland and 4 games in front of Corvallis and Bend. The Knights and the AppleSox, by the way, have already locked up a playoff spot by winning the first half titles in each division. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.